On Wednesday, April 16, central Kraljevo in Serbia became the latest flashpoint in a growing wave of anti-government protests sweeping the country. Hundreds of demonstrators, many of them students, packed into the city's main square in a spirited and emotional display of dissent. The crowd, armed with whistles, flares, and a sense of urgency, made their presence impossible to ignore, chanting, jumping, and demanding justice. At the heart of the unrest is a tragic incident that shook the nation: the collapse of a train station roof in the city of Novi Sad in November. The disaster claimed the lives of more than a dozen people and injured many others. Since then, public anger has only intensified, with widespread calls for transparency and accountability. Protesters, especially the student leaders of the movement, are demanding that those responsible, whether through corruption, negligence, or incompetence, be held to account. The protest in Kraljevo wasn't an isolated event. It reflects a much larger national movement that has been gaining momentum over recent months. What started as localized outrage has evolved into daily protests led by students across multiple cities. These rallies have become a symbol of broader frustrations with the government, highlighting long-standing concerns over corruption, lack of accountability, and perceived failures in public safety and infrastructure. Adding to the political tension, earlier that same day, Serbia's parliament confirmed Professor Đuro Makić as the new prime minister. His appointment comes after sustained anti-corruption protests prompted the resignation of his predecessor. However, the change in leadership has done little to ease public unrest. For many demonstrators, Makić's selection is seen not as a solution but as a continuation of a broken system that has failed to protect its citizens. The current wave of protests is being seen as one of the most serious political challenges to President Aleksandar Vučić since he came to power over a decade ago. Vučić, who has maintained a tight grip on Serbian politics for 12 years, now faces mounting pressure from a younger generation that is increasingly disillusioned with the state of governance. These student-led protests represent more than just a reaction to a single tragedy; they are part of a larger demand for change. As the demonstrations continue to grow in size and intensity, the government finds itself at a crossroads, facing a public that is no longer willing to remain silent.